February 28th, Planning Commission, come to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. McGarry,
Present.
Mr. Wolke,
Here.
Mrs. Ehrlich. Here. Mr. Titterington, Mayor Oda, Mr. Emmerich,
Here.
Mr. Westmeyer. We have a quorum.
Okay. The minutes have been sent out to everyone. Is there any comments, additions, or deletions?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. First item on the agenda is the Historical District application for the 112 through 118 West Main Street for a new roof. The staff has a report.
Yes, sir. So this is a request by Mike Twist on behalf of the owner, Troy Historic Preservation Alliance, to review a roof installation at the property located at 112 through 118 West Main Street. It's located in the B3 Central Business District. They're proposing to install a matte black standing seam metal roof on both the 1841 building and the 1902 addition. Gutters are proposed in the same location as the existing gutters. The gutters will also be matte black to match the standing seam roof. The OHI form does not reference the roof material as a character-defining feature. I do have a couple samples to hand out. I have the actual metal sample and then the color swatch. It'll be the top color swatch as well.
So this is a typo then, right?
Yeah, that's a typo. So based on our design manual section 2.1 for roofs, gutters, and downspouts, it states the following. Re-roofing a building that currently has asphalt shingles should be simple in design. Avoid staggered butt or other shingle patterns that create an older look. So staff analysis, the existing roofs have a rubber membrane on both the 1902 and the 1840s portion of the building with a temporary roofing material on the southwest corner of the 1840s portion of the building. Both section 2.1A and B reference keeping the roof replacement simple in design while avoiding creating an older look. While the intent of the design manual is that asphalt shingles are proposed, metal roof achieves the simple and design component. Next, the gutters and downspouts color and design will be compatible with the building and structure and minimally visible from Main Street. Finally, when reviewing the locations from the surrounding streets in the downtown, due to the height of the building, this alteration will be minimally visible. And I provided you a roof visibility location map. It really shows it visible from 3 locations, and due to the height, it's really not that visible. No. Staff recommends approval of the roof installation and downspouts and gutters, based on the following. The colors will complement neighboring properties, and the roofs and gutters comply with section 2.1 of the design manual. That'll conclude my report.
Is this really a black? The light almost looks like it's...
No, that's green. It's more of a example of the finish and the material.
Okay, it's not the color.
Yeah, the color swatch.
That's the material. And it's the
Got it.
color.
Got it. Okay. I didn't know whether that was a trim or what. Okay. I just had one question for, I guess it would be Mr. Mike. Yeah. Is there a reason you went with the black versus like a galvanized look? I'm just as we had to put a barn, the roof on the barn out there in Waco, and everybody was like, you got to use galvanized. That's what it looked like back in the 1800s.
Yeah, I mean, really, we felt that the black would complement any future colors that would end up being on that, and like Austin mentioned, you can't really see in the 1902 roof, you can't see that one at all. The 1841 you can see from the rear, like Cherry Street and what's the one?
Plum.
And Plum, you can see just a little bit, but we're really trying to help, whatever the future color would end up being, that it would end up matching. So that's where that green, that's not, that's not the color. That may be a little bit hard to match, so that's why we went with more of a, I'll call it a neutral, safe color, of the black.
Yeah, and most roofs turn out black anyway, eventually. Okay. Yeah, I'm just kinda curious on that. Is there any other comments for staff or the owner? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
Hearing motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Hold on just a second. Who
Thank
did the motion? Who did the motions, please?
Mr. Wolke.
And second was by? Me. Okay. I'm not losing my
Roll
papers.
call vote.
I know, just 1 second. Lost all my papers.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'll just do it by presence here. Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Mr. Emmerich?
Yes.
Mrs. Ehrlich? Yes. Mr. Begary?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Okay. The next item is the Historical District application, certificate of appropriateness for 2 South Market Street for installation of a banner, temporary banner, for the total solar eclipse. We have a report.
It's not a temporary banner, it's really a temporary mural that's attached to the building for a short period. But there's a typo in the
I understand.
Good afternoon.
Hey, could you please state your full name?
Yes, Kennedy Gubo, Troy Main Street. I am here to bring a proposal for an exciting eclipse opportunity. As we are mostly aware, Troy is in a unique position this year to have the total solar eclipse graze our skies here in the next couple months. We have been working diligently with the City of Troy to make this not only the once-in-a-lifetime experience that it really is, but also add to the aesthetics of our downtown area. One of which is our street banners that we just put up, and now the correlating mural that we are asking and seeking your approval for. We have strategically designed this mural. Lauren Karch with the city has designed this to match our street banners so that we can complement the things happening in the area. But we are requesting a 10-foot tall by 11-foot wide mural be placed at 2 South Market Street, which is Heather Davies' building. And we have received written authorization to proceed forward with this from the Davie family. Now, it is the intent of Troy Main Street to enter into a contract agreement before the mural will be placed with the Davies to protect all parties at hand. But we are looking to potentially put this up on March 11th and have it taken down immediately after, which would be the Friday after April 12th. That being said, it is a fairly easy process. This is a vinyl sticker. It goes up, they print it overnight. It goes up in roughly 3 hours, and it comes in several different panels. So you see one image there, but it goes up in maybe 6 or 8 different panels. The back of the sticker has an adhesive. It gets put onto the wall, and then they use a heat gun to secure it onto the wall. And then for the decommissioning of the mural, it is the same process, obviously reversed. You heat it up, and then it just detaches with minimal damage to the building itself.
Any questions for?
Mr. Chair, so this will not do any damage to the paint on the wall?
To our understanding, it is minimal, if any, yes.
And we are anticipating a great place for visitors to take pictures, right?
Yes, we're hoping to bring in a large amount of visitors to the area, so we have gone with a minimalistic view with minimal wording, just presenting this is Troy, this is an exciting opportunity and historical event, and really wanting the area to be something where visitors would take a picture and share on their social medias.
I love the design. I loved when we did those Gentlemen of the Road murals that we had up there. The only question I had is why only a week? I mean, I know that's the period where we have events going on, but is there any consideration of leaving it up a little longer, or is it?
A month.
Or a month, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could certainly leave it up longer. That's not a problem at all.
I just didn't know, because, I mean, those other ones were up years. I mean, that might be too long.
Yeah.
But I just,
Yeah.
aesthetically, it was really cool to see and a good reminder of a great event that we had downtown.
Yeah.
just didn't know what the discussion was around, you know, having it only for a short
So
period of time.
our banners come down, immediately before the Strawberry Festival or somewhere along the end of April, May-ish time period, so we would definitely want it to be gone by then. So in whatever capacity it will be a temporary mural, with the idea that we have other mural ideas for that space as well.
Okay.
So this one, they won't be sealing it in or anything like that because it will only be up for a short period of time. If you would give me approval, then yes, we can, seek a longer time period, but I just, for the sake of putting up a time, that is what I have come up with.
I love it.
Well, we had a total eclipse a little over 200 years ago, so you can be back in 200 years asking for another one of these?
Well, we don't have to wait 200 years. The next one is 2099, but who knows if that's Miami County. And I won't be here. And I definitely won't be planning it.
Just a question for staff. If it stays up later than the requested originally, she mentioned, April 11th, something like that, to remove it, does that present a problem?
No, so, assuming we'll have, as a part of our contract, a decommission plan, so we'll have an idea of the lifespan of essentially the adhesive sticker. As long as it's being maintained appropriately, we don't have a time frame associated. But I am involved with, the design committee on Troy Main Street, and we are working on a more permanent replacement for that location as a selfie station long-term, so.
Would it be appropriate for us to set a date so that we don't come in conflict, necessarily, not as a problem for Troy Main Street, but anybody else that wants to put a mural or banner up, that we specify a certain date for it to come down? Probably appropriate.
Yeah, I would say we could put a date on it.
Would that be something that, you probably need to vote on this as soon as possible so you can get it ordered, right?
Yeah, my advice would be, I don't know if Sue would know this information, but Lauren Karch and Salome both would have the banners, what time the Strawberry Fest banners would go up and what time ours are going down. And so I would probably follow along with whatever that nears.
And we don't have an exact date for the street banners to be replaced. It depends upon the electrical department's schedule and, you know, working it in with other things. But usually it's not too long after that event because we'll be getting ready for the strawberries. There might be some cohabiting.
Would that be too general to just make the deadline when the banners for the Strawberry Festival are installed in the square?
I think we're getting a little bit outside of our purview of do we like the look and design of this mural, and then that would be more of our administrative process for the contractual portion.
Well, that'd be fine, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we can certainly circle back to you on, but.
Well, and there will also be a contract between the city and Troy Main Street associated with at least a major part of the whole Eclipse event that they're handling. The city's doing some of it on Monday, but we will have a contract with them, which was approved by council, related to some of their handling of the Eclipse event as well.
That's fine. So we just need a motion for the approval of the design of the mural then?
Temporary.
Temporary mural.
I'll make a motion for approval.
I'll second.
Have a second? Roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Ehrlich?
Yes.
Mr. Emmerich?
Yes?
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
It is approved.
Thank you very much.
Please come downtown for the events on the Sunday and the Monday of the Eclipse, please. How about that?
You can come out to Waco too. Come out
Yes.
to the fairground.
Yep, well,
Come to
you
my
guys are doing
backyard.
camping, we're doing the big events downtown.
We'll send everybody down.
Yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda is a proposed amendment to the zoning code, the downtown riverfront overlay district. Does staff have a brief report on the changes?
Yes, sir. So, City Council adopted a moratorium on specific uses in the DRO as per Ordinance 044/2023 to allow staff to perform analysis on the uses of the DRO. This moratorium is expiring soon. We did just request an extension of 90 days for that moratorium. When analyzing the 12 districts as a whole, it was determined that there are undesirable uses that are currently permitted by right in the DRO. The B1 local retail district and the B2 general business district represent only 3.8%, or about 52.58 acres of the entire acreage of the DRO, and reflect one of the main business support areas to the downtown. The intent of the DRO is intended to permit alteration and adaptive reuses of existing buildings and the redevelopment of vacant lands in accordance with a coordinated plan, which can be designed with greater flexibility and consequently more creative and imaginative redevelopment of this area. So when we looked at this, we compared the uses in the B1, B2, B3, and the M2 districts in accordance with the intent of the DRO. So what we're proposing, really 2 alterations, and there's multiple changes in each. So for alteration number 1, what we're proposing is a new permitted uses list that applies specifically to the DRO. So it would have a permitted uses list below the existing permitted uses list, and that would just fall in that DRO overlay. Going through some of the acreage breakdowns in the DRO, the main districts that make up the DRO are not being altered. It's primarily made up of R4, single-family residential, and the WO districts make up the main acreage breakdowns. So we're talking about a minor overall percentage of changes in the DRO. For the second alteration, staff is proposing to remove the following uses in the B3 Central Business District. Number 1, automobile accessories, dry cleaning and laundromats, electrical appliance repair, nursing homes, paint, glass, and wallpaper retail sales, railroad stations, repair parts, rescue missions, and rooming houses. Many of these above listed uses are not clearly defined by 1133.02 of the definitions of the zoning code and are similar to other listed permitted uses in the district. So they kind of contradict themselves to other uses that are permitted or prohibited in the zoning code. Exhibit B does outline the existing permitted uses in the B3. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission provide a positive recommendation to City Council for the proposed zoning code changes as a result of the analysis of undesirable uses in the DRO. And that will conclude my report.
Are there any questions for the staff?
Well, yeah, you mentioned the uses in the B3. The chart doesn't, at least the chart that I have, doesn't show the B3.
Yeah, so because the B3 is only located inside the DRO, we've made it as a separate alteration and then included that on Exhibit B. So if you look at Exhibit B,
Okay.
under 1143.15, it gives you the full listed uses.
Okay, I do have a question about some of the things you're prohibiting, and maybe it's because, as you say, it's defined elsewhere.
Yeah.
But electrical appliance repair, well, isn't that what Shaughnessy's did?
Shaughnessy, then.
Yeah,
It's right next
Shaughnessy's
to-
was right next door to us. Very similar to that, but we also have other repair, appliance repair. So is there a need to have specifically
Okay, so that's a
electrical?
redundancy.
Correct.
And like rooming houses, would Morris House qualify as a rooming house?
Yeah, so those are permitted in all of our residential districts.
Okay.
So we felt it was more appropriate to move it
So
from.
again, redundant.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be picky,
Yeah.
but you have automobile fuel dispensing stations, I assume you mean gas stations,
Yes, ma'am.
not permitted.
Yes, ma'am.
What about electrical charging stations for electrical vehicles? Is that a automobile fuel dispensing?
That's something that, so, as we get to our code update in 2025, I'm anticipating we're gonna have its own specific section for that, it's just, we're outdated right now,
Okay.
so.
Okay, any other comments or questions for,
Well, and I guess maybe to clarify something that we had a discussion before the meeting, as I understand it, the mayor and director have had an opportunity to review all this.
So, Mr. Titterington has reviewed this, I'm not sure if the mayor has seen it,
is this an item that needs to be acted upon today for expediency?
We have essentially 90 days to get this to council, and finalize through council, so I think if we could delay it one meeting, but I wouldn't wanna see it go further than 2 weeks past this meeting.
Okay, I need some guidance on this. Would tabling be appropriate or just lack of action?
Well, tabling would postpone it till whatever date it's tabled to.
Lack of action means it has to start over,
Well-
but this is an internal.
I mean, you can, normally what you've done is table it to the next meeting, if that's what
Typically
you were
table.
looking to do.
Yeah,
We would wanna table
Okay.
it, yep.
okay. Do we have a motion in that sense to
I
table
would,
this?
I would make a motion to table it till the next meeting when we have more of our members here.
Full membership.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion to table and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Sorry. No. Mr. Emmerich,
Yes.
Mr. McGarry,
Yes.
Mr. Wolke,
Yes.
Mr. Zerlich.
Yes.
Item will be tabled until the next meeting, which will be in 2 weeks.
And I think there was, the mayor told me she's not gonna be here for the next meeting.
I don't know, she may not, I don't recall that, but she'll have a chance to review it and.
Okay. Okay, is there any other business that,
So on March 27th, American Structure Point's gonna be doing a update to the planning commission as a work session, so hopefully everyone can make the meeting on March 27th.
and you sent out the next, work session.
Yeah, the advisory group
Yeah,
meeting,
what date was that?
March 20th.
20th,
At
okay,
5
so that'll be a
o'clock.
week before this then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Do all of you expect to be here at the next meeting?
I'll be here for the next one, but the March 27th I have a conflict.
I'll be here.
Okay,
I plan to be here.
okay, all right.
Let me look at my calendar. I still do things the old-fashioned way.
Okay, is there any other business from commission?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Have a motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.